Today's video is not at all what I'd planned on it being. Really, the video you're going to see today, I'd planned on releasing tomorrow because my good friend Kurt Frankie come down from Minnesota. He's staying down here in southeast Missouri and come up here to Springfield today, and I met up with him. I kind of bailed out of work a little early. I know. I bailed out of work a little early. Then Kurt and I went down to Missouri Walnut's big yard down at Neosho because Kurt's got a good friend that works down there. And we took a tour of the yard, which I love touring sawmills and facilities. Now, I personally do not sell any logs to Missouri Walnut. I have before in years past, but it was a long time ago when they had different buyers. But we just don't do any business with them now. But it was still really interesting to tour their sawmill and their yard. And I really wanted to get some good video footage of all that. But like a lot of mills, they will not let you video or photograph anything. Everything's under pretty much lock and key, which that seems to be the story with a lot of sawmills. But we kind of had high hopes today. Me and Kurt kind of the whole way down there, we talked about the YouTube video and what it was going to be on today, and man, it just didn't happen. Like I said, I was kind of upset about it because it would have been an awesome video. It's really neat to see how they process the amount of logs they process on a daily basis, and day after day, week after week, month after month. And just the amount of green lumber that was down there was pretty impressive in itself. We're talking millions of feet of green and dried lumber. We've seen the kilns, we've seen the steaming facilities. It was very, very interesting to see it all. It was well worth the trip down there. Now, I'd been down there before, but it was years ago when they first opened up that location, probably back in 06 or 07, I'm guessing, somewhere in that time frame. But it was a neat trip down there. They've really built on, they're still building on now. So, like I said, we don't do any business with Missouri Walnut, but it was very neat to see their operation work. So, I know, I'm talking a lot and you're not getting to see any of the video, which is upsetting. So, enjoy today's video. It's kind of a mixed match. We finished up the walnut on the job we're on. Drug out some really good oak. We're starting on the oak. I probably got close to finishing the oak today, but it was a nice day. It's 72 degrees. I wanted to bail out a little early and go on that trip. So, enjoy the video. Like I said, be sure to check us out down at Dudley, Missouri next Saturday at the Wappapello Woodlands Expo. We'll be down there all day Saturday from 9 to 5 as long as the expo's running. The Harvester shirts are set to arrive tomorrow. So when they arrive, we'll be filling pre-orders and they should be shipping Saturday. So check all that out. If you didn't check out the new shirt drop today on the Tree Hugger, we released the new shirt, the Tree Hugger, on the Logger Threads Instagram and Facebook page. So check that out. Guys, gonna get off here. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're always happy to have you. Check us out on all of our social outlets, Turner Logging LLC at Instagram and Facebook. Timber Tracker at timbertracker.net, and you can download that free app for all mobile devices and pads and tablets. And check out everything going on at Logger Threads at loggerthreads.com and the Logger Threads socials on Instagram and Facebook. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow doing something. It's supposed to rain, so we don't know yet. Bye. It's going to be a pretty nice day today. It's supposed to be up to 71 degrees. Better enjoy it because the rain's coming in tonight, tomorrow. I'm going to run up this little draw over here. We spotted a couple of walnut. We're trying to get all the walnut out right now. And I've got a bunch of the oak out, but right now we're worried about getting all the walnut out. Dad's on the deck right now bucking. Fuck, there might be a few right there I didn't see. Let's see if we can get across here. That don't look too bad. Not too bad at all. We'll go over here and see if we can get these guys whittled down. And I'm going to start dragging the oak out. I guess I need to walk up in there real quick to see if there's anything hiding in there. Decent trees. We're going to jump off and get these two guys here cut. And I might walk up here real quick. I see a couple walnut tops right there. I can't tell how big they are. This little draw right here, this is a good place for these walnuts to grow. Now this always makes me happy. That's a young walnut tree there growing. That's hopefully in the years to come he'll make something of himself. He's off to a good start. I already see I'm not going to judge him too bad, but I hate to see this limb right here on him. That's all right though. We're going to let him grow. We're just going to leave him alone. maybe one of these days he'll turn into something. Let's go over here, wade through this tall grass. These look like pretty good trees here. This one for sure has got some size to it. We'll see if we can't get these cut down. We'll get them drug out to the deck. Dad's out there bucking logs on the deck. And we're gonna walk up there real quick. Let's just do that right now. We'll set the saw down here and we'll take a walk. We made fairly quick work of these. Here's a pretty good tree. Just lumber, but it's got some footage in it. Got some size to it. Run over. We'll bunch these up, get them out to the deck, get them worked up. It's actually kind of fun to be back in this oak timber. This is the first red oak I've cut in a long time. Some pretty good red oak too. Of course, there's some black oak in here, which it's cutting real good too. Man, we used to cut a lot of oak. I mean, for years and years, we cut a lot of oak. We cut some big jobs of oak here in Missouri, southwest Missouri anyway. And I don't mind cutting it if it's got some size and it's good. You know, the markets fluctuate so much here. There's times where the oak market's really good, and there's times when the oak market, the red oak and stuff, you can't hardly justify cutting it. Dandy trees. Dandy trees. We'll grab this guy here. Come back and get the other one. Timber's not in very good health. A lot of these big trees are starting to die. They need to be harvested. Now, we don't cut a lot of oak, but like I said, when we do, I make sure it's worth our while, worth everybody's while. This is pretty good red oak here. Tall trees. There's probably 50 so foot of running log here. Good quality, clean. Like I said, there's several of these trees that could be cut right here along this highway. But I love driving through here. Like it's heavy timber on both sides of the road right through here just for a short stretch. And I know how much the landowner, I know how much he values her property, so we're being very, very selective about what we cut out of here. This will probably be all the oak. We might cut one or two more, but I don't want to cut too much because I don't want to ransack the place. We've tried to fall everything kind of over here, like this little ravine right through here. See, I've tried to follow these treetops right through here, all these trees, just to kind of keep them out of sight and out of mind. We're just being very selective, very selective. We'll get this one out to the deck. We'll look over some of this red oak. All right, so we've got all the walnut. I just drug the last walnut out. I had one straggler over there, that little guy there on the end. I cut those are the two I cut this morning. It's really a pretty good layout. Me and Dad are both kind of shocked and surprised. Me especially. I mean, I'm the one that buys the timber usually, and sometimes I surprise myself. Good size logs there. Enough of the walnut. Enough of the walnut. People claim, they always say like, well, you guys never cut oak. I just can't believe it. You never cut any oak. Why don't you cut oak? Well, like I explained earlier in the video, we will cut some oak, but I want it to be good oak. Like this red oak here needs to get out here and let the wind cut it and dry a little bit. I like cutting oak when it's good oak and got some size to it. I'm not going to waste my time cutting scrawny oak, because there's just, for one, there's not a lot of money in oak, and you got to cut such a volume of it to make anything. But I don't mind cutting it if it's good and it's big. Stuff like this here. Look at that. That's a champ there. That's a champ. Yeah, I don't mind cutting oak when it's like this. But no, we normally we don't cut a lot of oak. We really don't. I've got another pile of oak over there on the hillside that I drug out and left it over there. This is just from the old train tracks here, but this black oak here, it's pretty good. This will cut some good grade lumber. It'll grade a long ways up, and it'll stay in the money too. It'll stay in the money. The log will stay in the money the whole way up here, probably to this knot here, and then probably tie this out here. But yeah, I don't mind cutting a little oak from time to time. We cut a lot of bur oak, We'll cut some white oak. White oak's getting so hard to find around here anymore. Good white oak. It's all been cut out. And like I said, when I first started logging full time right out of high school, we cut a plethora of oak. We cut a lot of walnut too. Now this is back when I come to work. I didn't know a lot about logging. Not that I know a lot about it now, but back then I really didn't know much about it. All I knew is that I had a job and I had to get up and go to work every morning and cut logs with Dad. And then I was just a skidder operator. I started running the skidder. Of course, Dad's had me on a skidder since I was 14 years old. And in high school in the summers, that's how I made my money. What little money I made. Because I didn't make a lot of money when I first started logging. I sure didn't make a lot in high school cutting logs, but I got a lot of experience, and then I didn't appreciate it near as much as I do now. I look back at it all now, and then I always wondered why Dad did things the way he did, or, you know, was having me do things like he did. But I look at it now and I understand it. I can truly see the value in Dad having me do what he had me did with the skidder and not paying me much, and because I probably wasn't worth a darn anyway. But I got a lot of valuable experience at a young age in the timber. And just like now when I go to when I go to buy logs, I second guess myself constantly when it comes to timber, when I buy standing timber, especially if I'm trying to really throw a good figure on it. I will lay, I've told landowners this, I've told clients this, I will lay in bed at night worrying about the logs bringing what I said they were going to bring. And not every time, but, you know, 90% of the time, it seems to work out. But I still worry about it nonstop and constantly. I worry about what the logs are going to do, how they're going to cut. But just like this deal here, this job, you know, there were several people that looked at it, I guess. And I was the first one, and I didn't know there was going to be a bunch of people look at it. But I threw the biggest figure, and I was like, my gosh, what have I done? You know, what did everybody else not see that I did? But I don't get out and measure trees. I don't estimate I'll estimate, but I don't get out there and really calculate footage a lot. I just kind of eyeball it, and I don't know, I guess there's a bunch of numbers always crunching in my head because I usually come out fairly close to my figures, or I try to come under my figures. Excuse me, I try to have figures that I want the end result to be over my figures. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm always trying to come in under. But yeah, I don't know. I had a great teacher, and I've still got a great teacher that works with me every day, and I learn stuff every day. I really do. If you ever get to the point where you don't think you can learn anymore, you better just quit, because I don't care how old you are, how long you've been doing it. You're going to learn stuff every day, and you better keep an open mind with things too. You better keep an open mind, and you better be willing to learn, willing to pick up new tricks and tactics, because every day, I know I sure do. And every day I lay awake at night, and I crunch numbers, and I crunch figures, and I'm thinking up ways to give me an edge over my competition, to make us a little sharper, I'm always working. I'm always working. And I think a lot of the success that I've had, it's not because I'm a super smart person, because I'm really not. I mean, my grades in high school would reflect that, and some of the life choices I made early on would reflect that. But I've got a work ethic that's the only thing that I'll brag on myself, is my work ethic. It's pretty hard to beat it, but you'll be pressed to outwork me. I'll 7 days a week, 12, 14, 15 hours a day, it don't mean nothing. I like to work, I enjoy doing it, and I don't know, it's what you do. And I like knowing that we got a good operation. I like knowing that we're very competitive with what we do. So you got to find what fuels you, and you got to make it take you on. That's what I do.